Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Kamal Firdaus, your English language teacher. I hope you all are well with the grace of Almighty Allah. I'm also keeping well in health with the grace of Allah. Today we are going to start off with the last chapter of our syllabus, that is hyphens. So let's get started. What are hyphens? The hyphen is a short horizontal line used as a punctuation mark. It is used to connect two words. When we connect words with the hyphen, we make it clear to the readers that the words work together as a unit of meaning. Means there are two different words. If it is added with a hyphen, if we add hyphen in it, means if it is joined with a hyphen, it conveys a single meaning. If it's two different words, conveys two different meanings. If it is added with a hyphen, two different words are added together or joined together with a hyphen in between, it conveys a single meaning. For example, good looking. Like good is a different word, looking is also a different word and has different meanings of their own. But if a hyphen is added in it, it becomes a single word and convey a single meaning. Clear? Like good looking. Good looking means beautiful or gorgeous. He's a good looking person, as in. Next we have well known. Well known, again, well is different word and known is different word. They both of them have their own meanings, but if it is joined with a hyphen, it becomes a single meaning. Like well known becomes famous. Yes, he's a famous singer or he's a well known singer. Next, there are different hyphenation rules. There are many rules in hyphenation, but today we will only deal with hyphenation in compound words and prefixes. So let's start off with compound words. What is a compound word? A compound word is a word that is made up of two or more different words. Hyphens are used in compound words either to show that when the included words are together, they have a combined meaning, or to show the relationship between the included words. As I have explained you earlier, that the words, two different words are joined with the hyphen, it becomes a single meaning. And compound word, by the word compound, we can understand that two or more different words are combined together to make a compound word. So, and it shows the relationship between the two words also. Next, for example, custom built means it is built for custom. Next, sugar free. It is sugar free means it is sugarless. Next, we have bad tempered. He is a bad tempered person, like his temper is very bad. Okay, there are different types of compound words. We will start off with compound adjectives. Hyphenated compound adjectives. So hyphens are most commonly used in compound adjectives. These are words made up of a noun and an adjective, a noun and a participle, or an adjective and a participle. Here are some examples of compound adjectives, like good looking. Good is an example of adjective and looking is a noun. So the adjective and noun are combined together to make a compound adjective. Next, custom built. Custom is again a noun and built is past participle. So noun and participle are joined together to make a compound adjective. Next, sugar free. Again, sugar is a noun and free is an adjective. Next, bad tempered. Bad is an adjective and tempered is again a past participle. So all of these are joined together to make a compound adjectives. Next, we have compound verbs, hyphenated compound verbs. What are these? The term compound verb describes two nouns are joined together to form a verb. Means two different nouns, two words. Both of the words are noun which are joined together to make a verb. For example, gift wrap. Gift wrap becomes to gift wrap. Means gift is a noun and wrap is a noun. So both of the noun words becomes gift wrap. Ice skate. Ice skate becomes to ice skate. Means two different noun becomes a verb when if hyphen is added to it. Next we have cold shoulder. Cold shoulder. Cold is a noun. Shoulder is a noun. Becomes cold shoulder. If a hyphen is added to it, it becomes a verb. Okay, next we have spot check, which becomes spot check. Spot is a noun, again check is a noun. Both of them, if it is joined with a hyphen in it, it becomes spot check. Next we have hyphenated compound noun. What are these? A single noun made up of two or more words is called a compound noun. Means if a single noun is made up of two or more words, is called a compound noun. Means hyphen are used in this just to eliminate ambiguity. What is ambiguity? Ambiguity means to make the words or the explanation more clear. So only hyphen is added to a compound noun to make the expression clear. Next we have water bottle. A water bottle. If we add water bottle a hyphen, so it is helpful to know that the item is made up of that substance. Means bottle is not made up of water. It is a water bottle, means a bottle which contains water in it. So hyphen in it, it shows the ambiguity, the expression, it makes the expression clear. Next we have ice axe. Both are acceptable, but ice axe makes it clear that the axe is not made up of ice. It is used for ice but not made up of ice. Next we have paper clip. Paper clip are written as paper clip or paper hyphen clip, paper space clip, or without any space also. But if we put a hyphen in it, it makes it clear that paper clip could be taken to mean the clip made of paper, not a clip for paper. So if we put hyphen in it, it gives us the expression clear. It eliminates the ambiguity, or it makes us clear that the paper clip is not made up of paper, but it is used for paper. Next, please pass me the wire fastener. What is wire fastener? This is a fastener for wire and not necessarily made up of wire. The fastener is used to fasten the wire but not made up of wire. So to eliminate the ambiguity or to make the expression more clearer, we use a hyphen in noun. Okay, next we have prefixes. Using of hyphens in prefix. So let's start. What is a prefix? Isn't it? A prefix is a half word like anti, ex, post, etc. placed before a word to modify its meaning. Means if a prefix is added to a word, so it expresses the meaning more clear. Like if we say ex principle, it means principle ex means before. So the principal who was before. Clear? So if we add prefix to a word, it makes the word clear. Like principal, if we add x to the principal, it is making us clear that the principal, it was x. X means previously she was or he was the principal. Okay, clear. Then we will understand what are the uses of hyphens on prefixes. Hyphens with a proper noun. If your prefix sits before a proper noun, you should use a hyphen. Like un-British. British is a proper noun. So if a prefix is added before a proper noun, it is better to use a hyphen. Next, pro-Nazi. Pro-Nazi, Nazi is a proper noun. If pro or a prefix is added to it, so we have to use hyphens in it. Next, hyphen with x and self. It is very compulsory to use hyphen if we use x or self prefixes. Like as an example, ex-husband or self-aware. Ex-husband means husband which was prior or which was before. A self-aware, aware which is built with self, means I have to be aware. Self-aware. So self and x it is compulsory over here to use a hyphen. Next, again, to eliminate ambiguity every time, we use a proper hyphen to a prefix. So if the unhyphenated version could be confused with the different word, add hyphen. This is most common with the prefix re, like as an example recover or recover. So if we add a hyphen in between re and cover, it makes us understand that recover means to cover it again and not to recover or to return to a normal state. Okay, next, like repress or repress. So if we add a hyphen in between re and press, it means it couldn't be confused with repress, meaning subdue with force. Means doing anything with force means repress, right? And repress means to iron it again. Do not allow the same vowel to double up. Neg, it means that if the prefix ends in the same vowel that the root vowel starts with, separate them with the hyphen. It means, example, semi-industrious, like semi is ending with I and industrious is beginning with I again. So we have to use hyphen in between both of the I's to eliminate the confusion. Clear? Next, again here re-enter. Re is again ending with E and E is starting off with, enter is starting off with E. So we have to use a hyphen in it. Next, ultra argumentative. Again, ultra is ending with A and argumentative is starting with A again. Okay, I hope you all have understood my explanation. This year, let's celebrate the Eid by staying at home, and please do not go anywhere and have fun. We can have fun in our house with our family as well. Okay, so Eid Mubarak in advance. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.